EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Is a Mike, boy, 43. Check, 43. Get in the weight room.
Now Goff on first down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Christian Wilkins coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 88 yards. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you. You know.
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Aaron Donald with a sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Rosen. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Watch the twist. 59, wait for it. Check, 59. Got one.
From the gun, it's Rosen. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. He was looking for Parker that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
52 is the mic, boys. 52. Yeah.
Gone. And he's going to be brought down. back at his own 6-yard line. The big Tank Carradine with a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
Check, 59. Watch the curl.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Rosen. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Abuka in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway. But when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Goff now looking to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Goff under pressure again, and down he goes again. Charles Harris in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks. 52 yards, and the Rams add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at their 49.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Now Balaj. And he's got room. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
There he goes left side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj, 46 yards. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
But listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now a first down throw. Gone. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Goff now to throw. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Rosen will throw. Rolling to his right. It got his man complete. He's going to go Albert Wilson. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Albert Wilson as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The final shot before break here. Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods. As time expires in the first half. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. On the left side, this is Stills.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. 20, 10, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills, 69 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, the spin. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Gurley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Mike playing. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, let's go. Go ground.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Christian Wilkins able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Jakeem Grant, 79 yards. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the gun, here's Goff. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Value 1. 43 is the mic. And let's get it done.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd and 12, Goff airing it out deep for Woods. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. Trying to get it to Woods.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Man up, deep. Man up, deep. Banjo. 59's mark. 59's mark. High.
They'll run here with Balaj. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
180. 59. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 15 now. Goff steps away. It's caught left side by Cooks. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They try right side here. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Goff. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Gurley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Goff. And that is incomplete. The safety, T.J. McDonald, getting in there to break that one up. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. The 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Line 20. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Goff. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for gone. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing a second and a bundle. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue.